All the camera moves are motivated first by a hand motion. So we have something that's happening in the frame that almost points us. Like when the camera panned to the left across all of those trains, we had Becky G's arm leading us to that pan. And then here, when the camera tilts up, we have her pointing to the sky, and then the camera tilts up. The camera isn't moving for no reason. It's motivated by what we're seeing in front of us.
And how's it going, guys? It's your boy Josh Olufemii, and I have my bro Jordan Orme, crazy talented video editor. And for this video, we're gonna be doing one of Jordan's infamous video editor react series here on the Olufemii channel. For this video, we're gonna be talking about J-Hope and Becky G's video Chicken Noodle Soup. And we're gonna do another video on Jordan's channel. We're gonna be reacting to a completely separate K-pop video, so stay tuned.
Thanks, Josh. I appreciate that, man. That's so kind. Wow, my heart, it hurts. My name's Jordan, and I'm a professional film editor, and I've edited music videos for artists like Justin Bieber, Post Malone, Roddy Ricch, Tyga, G-Eazy, Quavo, Kehlani, Sway Lee, Megan Thee Stallion, and so many more. And yeah, I'm super stoked that Josh asked me to come on, do a couple video editor reacts, and we'll get right into the video for you guys.
But first, of course, we're going to talk about Envato Elements. If you're watching this video, you're probably a video editor, and Envato Elements is a video editor's dream. It's a subscription service that gives you unlimited downloads of the most incredible stock footage, like cloud and fog overlays, aerial footage, fire, lightning. They also have incredible VFX packs, Premiere and After Effects templates, sound effects, royalty-free music, and literally anything you could ever want as a video editor. Just by clicking the link below, you will automatically get a free first month. You'll see that coupon for the free first month at the very end after you've finished signing up. Let's do this. All right, let's get right into this. So this is kind of a cool video. The first thing I noticed, Jordan, was that it wasn't shot overseas. It was shot right here in lovely Los Angeles. Growing up in LA, for those of you guys that aren't from LA, the instant you see this, sun-baked concrete asphalt warehouse type of setup, and then you have like the bridges, the concrete bridges, you're like, okay, that's East LA. This is where like most music videos are shot, in and around this area. There's the LA River where you can get a lot of dope shots when it's empty. I thought it was kind of cool. Usually K-pop videos are not shot here. I will say though that compared to other videos that you would see shot elsewhere, I would assume over in Korea in some studio somewhere, it seems stripped down a little bit. It doesn't seem like there's quite as much going on at first glance. I feel like they didn't even color correct it. I love how it's almost like a complete one-shot. It gives the appearance of it being a one-shot anyway. Okay, Jordan, so look at this first scene. This is a scene that it kind of struck me as interesting. It struck me as very cinematic. You see that wide, anamorphic lens. You have the shot set up with some really cool composition. You kind of have stuff, the main dancer's off-centered. The entire rest of the video is this masterpiece in camera movement. But for this one, everything is locked off. You have these really theatrical titles, I feel like. It's just kind of a cool, dope way to start off. I don't know what font this is, but this is kind of the first thing that I always tell people. Titles can make or break your video. You can be the best video editor in the whole world, but you put some dumb title, some papyrus looking, cheap looking font, and it just completely ruins the whole video. I haven't really seen this font before, but it kind of gives you the impression of something grander, like a theatrical release type of vibe.
That's a word, y'all. Write that down.
Take notes. And I love, see how the car creates that textured atmosphere in the air that you'd usually use a fog machine to get? That's beautiful.
Exactly.
It like adds depth.
Yeah, it hazes out the background for sure, and then you get J-Hope in the foreground just popping, with his yellow jacket. It really sticks out. I didn't even think about it. We got a natural fog machine up in here, y'all.
There you go.
That's crazy.
Smells a lot worse.
That's
think how many times they have to do that, and like you can see how many like tire treads are in the ground to see how many. I don't see that many actually.
I love like how all we had was one shot with J-Hope just dancing and rapping in front of us. But how do we keep it interesting? They kept changing the angle of the shot, so it felt like we were seeing like 5 or 6, 7 different shots, but it was all in one camera move. And that's why I love, like, in order to have long takes and to have those takes continue to be interesting and continue to like keep the audience captivated, we have to create different framings. So he was in a wide shot for quite a while, and then right when he starts rapping, he jumps right to a close-up. Like, he just basically runs at the camera, and we're just like, oh frick, dang. And then he just is like emotion and like the amount of fun that he's having is so visceral.
Oh yeah, dude, that's so true. That's so true. And think about the poor AC's job. You know, try to keep that focus. That's what scares me.
You can see the depth of field isn't too shallow, but it's definitely still there. Okay, so they're using the frame in this video to the maximum capacity. Like, we're only seeing a box basically, and all the things that are happening on the outside of this box, like behind where the camera can actually see, is where all of the magic is. Stuff is coming in from the left and right. We have no idea what's going to happen next, and they're just like defying our expectations with what's going to happen next, like what's going to enter the frame. And I did not see Becky G in the car the entire time, bro. She was just chilling there the entire time in the car that drove up. She was just in there, and then he just opens up the door as he's saying like Becky G on the track or whatever he's saying. And I love the sound in the song, like the gliss of the chimes, and it's like the sparkle sound effect, and like Becky G all like bedazzled exits the car. It's like so cool, man.
Oh, you know what's interesting?
Yeah.
I think it's interesting that they didn't wet the ground.
That's true. They always wet the ground on stuff like this.
Yeah.
It really adds to that grungy, like LA dusty desert feel.
Hey, oh snap! Where'd that come from? So that's totally like not real right there. I love the debris that came off the side.
Exactly. That's exactly what I was about to say.
And then like the motion blur is just like perfect. Oh, it's weird.
Well, you can kind of see here.
Yeah,
there's not that much motion blur, and then they add more right there.
Interesting. Yeah.
I feel like that's a mistake. That should be consistent throughout.
But the other truck is probably real, right? I would think.
Yeah, that looks for sure real.
Now I'm gonna stop this video for just 2 seconds. If you like this video and subscribe to this channel, that's what actually allows us to continue making this content for free every week, all the time. Please consider it. Also, I'm curious, state your city in the comments below. Now let's get back to the video.
One thing I want to mention too, like I love how she just takes her hand, and when she moves it off to the left, it aligns with the train cars perfectly. It's one of the most oddly satisfying things in this music video.
Yeah, man, that's totally true. I think that even if you back up a little bit, you can see just how the train is placed. Might have been intentional, because you know there's that concept in composition, there's something called leading lines. It refers to elements in the shot that actually draw your attention towards a central subject. So whether it be the placement of the train or even the placement of the building, how because you're using a wide lens, the perspective is like crazy dramatic, and you literally have these straight lines that are kind of converging inward, and then you have a cool subject in the middle of the frame, so everything's kind of pointing you towards the middle of the frame to look at the main subject singing. Okay, so one interesting thing I noticed with a lot of music videos is they like to use like a high shutter speed to kind of have, you know, reduce the motion blur, kind of emphasize the dancing and the movements. And then a lot of the time you have these like dancers that purposely like grow their hair out, or they wear braids or something, so you can have this cool whipping effect, and it just emphasizes every head movement because their hair's going all over the place, which I think is cool. I think it's a good idea. Dope. So Jordan, you have a lot more experience than me, but what I've noticed in editing music videos, sound design is kind of an overlooked element, I feel like, because a lot of editors are like, oh, the music track is a master track, I don't really need to add anything else to that. But ooh, like you talk about the cars driving in, you know, that screeching sound, you know, the sound of the monster truck falling to the ground, all these little tiny elements really just, I feel like, adds to that suspension of disbelief that you're actually here in a cinematic masterpiece. Not just a music video, but a cinematic masterpiece.
It's almost like you've cut the video, and then as the editor, you're like, man, I don't want to, I'm tired, man, I want to be done. But like, if you add that little icing on the cake, those little details make so much of a difference.
Oh, transition!
Hey. That's sick.
That was
so
dope.
Up until this point, we didn't edit at all. This was a one long shot. It was almost like a 2-minute shot.
It was, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. And then this is the first time where we have like a hidden cut. And so we tilt up and we see a nice little VFX blimp. Go J-Hope.
And
Hashtag BTS.
Yeah, I think it's kind of cool how they even... It's referencing kind of a Goodyear, American brand.
That's true. I didn't even think about that. It's a straight up Goodyear rip-off blimp.
I'm like, I know they're using an anamorphic lens, and they even stayed true to having an anamorphic lens flare even though I don't know. Maybe that is the actual sun that they're filming. They just added the blimp. I was like, is that just a completely all CGI shot?
I don't know. Let me just look at it frame by frame and see if we can tell.
Looks like it's the same shot. And then, but
I think it's not. I kind of think it's fake with watching it real time.
Okay.
It like stops too fast.
Okay.
And then it has like a really slow motion. Like the motion's very robotic on the flare.
Got it.
If you watch just the flare.
Okay, yeah, I guess it could have just been added in. You're right.
But I think that flare is so good because it really, really sells the effect that it's in camera.
What you gonna do? 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 Look back at it, lights, camera, action.
Where did he come from?
Oh, yeah.
Where did he come from?
Whoa, there
Dude.
Yeah. Dang. Let's replay that.
Bro, watch this again.
What you gonna do? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? Look back at it.
Whoa!
Straight up out of nowhere.
Whoa, break that down, Jordan. What the heck?
Dude.
I didn't even notice that.
Isn't that crazy? So I've seen this video before, but the first time I watched this video, I thought that was VFX. Like I thought they straight up masked him out and had him just appear
That's
from
not what
behind
they did?
her. But that's not what they did. It's not VFX, bro. This is in camera. Everything
How?
they're doing in here is in camera.
How?
So what happens? So the camera starts on a nice wide shot here,
Yeah.
and it slowly pushes into Becky G's face. And as it pushes in, we have J-Hope on the right of screen just waiting. He's just waiting here.
Okay.
And you can see like he has to be kind of far out because we can't see his shadow or anything over in the right.
Okay.
So he's chilling there.
Yep.
And as the camera gets closer,
Yep.
he ducks down underneath the frame.
Oh.
And is like right behind her. And this is as close as we get. So he's chilling like... He's crouched super duper low right behind Becky G under the frame.
Okay.
And then right when the beat drops, the camera pulls out and then he just pops right out.
Wow. If you aren't a video editor, there's just a certain element of music videos you can't appreciate. Hey Jordan, we should try calling that number, that chicken delivery number 3110-737.
722.
We could probably drive to it. Oh yeah. Oh snap. There's like a line of people, parallax again, foreground movement, and the sound design. Ah snap. That's dope. Ah dang. Okay. You got 100 people. Dang. Okay. That's kind of a sloppy match cut, but whatever. You know, we'll give that to him.
It is a little sloppy, and I wish it was better, but it's kind of hard to match cut 100 people.
That's true. That's true.
The whole thing about defying expectations is so great because the camera pans around, we see this group of people, the camera flies through the group of people, and then as J-Hope dances back towards the camera, you expect there to be a group of people there still. But we spin around, it's like everybody's gone, but everybody reset in a new formation.
Wow.
And just the moving of the background is such good choreography. And it's so interesting to watch. This is like a freaking masterclass on how to have long takes, but keep those takes the most entertaining.
Yeah.
Take notes, everyone.
It was kind of like a little culture shock watching so much K-pop over the last like 3 days. I didn't expect to see a bunch of black and white people up in.
True. It's cool to see the mix of races and
a little diversity up in this one. This is dope. And then you got all the cars on the 101 behind them, like got their little cameos. Who knows? Like that could have been one of our cars. You never know.
Exactly. You never know. I could have been driving by and just completely missed it. I was listening to the radio or a podcast or something, and I didn't see it.
Yeah.
That's what it's like when you live in LA, man. You're like, frick, my car's on that TV show.
Chicken noodle soup, chicken noodle soup, with salt on the side.
Oh, look at that fog rising up. Clean. Oh, some lens flares.
Do you think those were real?
Oh, are they? Maybe I forgot. This is anamorphic lens, isn't it? Maybe they're real. Interesting thing when you're like dealing with fog, when you cut between shots, you always have to make sure that you have the same thickness of fog in the air, or else it'll jump cut weird. I've had so many bad experiences with that.
Since it's not cut together as like one continuous stretch of time, we're like a lot more forgiving. We understand as an audience that this is just glimpses of a dance party, and so we don't really care about the consistency of the fog. But if this was like a narrative piece, or if we were trying to have a scene that takes place during one time, we would have to make sure that that fog is really consistent.
Gotcha. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so an interesting thing in K-pop videos is you usually have choreography that is the same regardless of the shot setup that you're dancing in front of. So what they do is they use match cutting, which basically means cutting between different shots, but making sure that the choreography is synced. And what that does, it gives kind of the appearance that the artist or the group of artists, dancers, are staying in the same place and the background's just changing independently behind them. And it's just kind of a cool effect. It's a cool way to transition and kind of hide the cut between shots.
Titles in this video are so clean, bro.
That's true.
It's just so minimalistic, and they just have a little mask behind the butt of the chicken tail. J-Hope, Becky G.
As far as the color correction's a little bit, there's a little bit more contrast added to the nighttime than the daytime, I noticed.
Yeah, there definitely is. Those blacks get a little closer to black than they were previously.
Jordan, I think it's about that time we order some chicken. All right, so Jordan, it just keeps ringing. Oh, dude, it's a real place.
It is?
It's the best Peruvian style rotisserie chicken, the Chicken Shack rotisserie.
Bro, shout out to the chicken.
Yo, we found it, bro. Go back. One of the shots is oversaturated. If you go like back a little bit, keep going. Right there. See the girl right there? Right there, yeah.
Oh, yeah, her skin. Everybody's skin.
QC. QC's gonna get fired. By QC, I mean, what's it called? Quality control.
Quality control, exactly.
They should have found that.
Let's get it, 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 let's get it.
Oh, God. Oh, snap. Okay, this is kind of different for like K-pop videos. This is like a genuine element, you know? Low res, you know, cell phone-esque.
Bro, that part is so fun. That's like, you can't help but watch that and smile.
Thanks so much for watching the video, guys. I actually have 2 additional videos that you've got to watch. And remember to get your free month of Envato Elements by clicking the link below in the description. And lastly, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Thanks so much for watching, guys. And as always, remember to keep it chill.